Adam.
I move that the question be now put.
No, I'm going to call the Honourable Shane Jones.
Tēnā koe, Mr Chair. I stand now to make a contribution. It is 4:45. Make a contribution on this private bill, Westpac New Zealand bill. So I want to go back to 2000, the year 2000, sir, when the Reserve Bank originally announced its intention to require our banks, especially those, sir, that, well, we don't have any serious banks other than Kiwi Bank, who actually at this stage are what you might call Kiwi indigenous banks, and of course that bank faces the threat of privatisation of sale as a consequence of the current government, but that's another matter. So when the incorporation policy was originally introduced, sir, it was designed to deal with systemically important banks. There was, sir, a sense that if they were large enough to materially affect the operation of the financial sector as a whole, then they needed to be incorporated here in our country so that the people who might suffer, perish the thought, a run on a bank and a collapse of the bank, sir, had access to the assets, and that the parent company, sir, was not able to wriggle, not that I'm suggesting that the Aussies would do that to us, but who knows, off the hook. And secondly, sir, it was designed to deal with the issue of those banks that took, or indeed take, a significant level of retail deposits that come from our own contributors, and at the point of a winding up, they remained available, sir, for those of us who have the privilege, or who have had the good luck, or have had the fruits of good stewardship and enjoy savings, soon to disappear as a consequence of foolish decisions likely to be revealed tomorrow, but that's another matter. And so the other point, sir, was that it was pointed out that the Australians and the Americans in their banking sector actually have, or had, this standard. So it wasn't unrealistic that New Zealanders should embrace it. It's rather strange that we should be focusing on the Westpac Bank, because no one fought this more doggedly, sir, than Anne Sherry. The CEO, in the early period of time, felt, sir, it was an overreach. It was far too intrusive, and that no Aussie bank would turn its back on Kiwi depositors, etc. So, sir, there was a great debate that went on during that period of time, and I cast no personal aspersion on that woman who is currently running a successful cruise line company. So, but during her period of time, there was spirited defence of their position, and not surprisingly, it's an expensive exercise when a bank has to go through this incorporation process, etc. Now, sir, I'm talking about points that were announced in 2000. We've lived, sir, through the last 3 to 4 years and seen how close we came as a country with our banking sector clogging up, and, sir, other countries far richer than ours suffering runs on their banks. So, sir, full marks to the Reserve Bank, the advisors, the governors of the governorship of the Reserve Bank, who contemplated, at a time when none of us thought, sir, that we would go through the kind of economic downturn that we're now suffering. So this is a technical piece of legislation, sir, and we have no compunction whatsoever in standing with our colleagues on the other side of the House. Indeed, I think I was the chair in 2006 of the FEC when we dealt with the first, dare I say, variation of this piece of legislation. So it's important, sir, when dealing with the preamble, that we just isolate 1 or 3 things so that those MA students on the future look back to the contributions that are made today. Unfortunately, these contributions will be overshadowed by the negativity of tomorrow. And as I just repeat 1 or 3 things that were said by our colleagues, it's a vesting of liabilities and assets. And, sir, it's about the stability, or should I say the solidity of the system. A number of those assets and a number of those liabilities pertain to a sector, sir, that the front page of the Dominion had accurately captured this morning. Now, sir, it's extraordinary that when we're talking about the banking sector and the assets and liabilities and the concerns, sir, about the importance of incorporation that the other side of the House is not making any reference, sir, not making any reference to the large burden that lies on that bank's balance sheet from the farm sector.
I call the Honourable Leanne